I'm Martin Austin, Chairman of the Board of Directors of A1M Pharma.
Good evening, Martin. Thank you so much for being with us and for talking to BioStock tonight. Would you like to comment in brief on A1M Pharma's plans to raise 123 million kronor in capital and on the new development strategy focusing on PRRT?
123 that we're looking at in this particular fundraise is the right kind of money needed to be able to approach clinical development. Clinical development is the next phase in our development, and the price of that is just so much higher. We are still very much committed to our true objective of being able to provide a solution to the problem of kidney injuries during preeclampsia. But what we found is that our ability to protect those kidneys also applies to patients with other causes for their kidney injuries. And because of that, and because of the needs of cancer patients, we have seen that we have the opportunity to provide a real benefit to those patients who are receiving PRRT, a protection against the waste nucleides that will go to their kidneys that don't stick in that particular therapy to the tumors which they'll be treating. So the excess will be going to the kidneys, and that is where we can give them a good level of protection, which will also, of course, allow us to demonstrate that in a clinical setting where we're treating patients, we can deliver a benefit through protecting kidneys in a way that nothing else is able to. Cancer patients who are suffering from the radionuclide therapy, the PRRT, will be able to benefit in a very much more immediate fashion because they are being treated in an acute setting.
The strategy is to out-license the PRRT project after completion of phase 2 studies and thus add value for the shareholders. What are the strongest arguments in favor of A1M Pharma being able to bring about a licensing deal within PRRT, you think?
We don't actually need to finish the phase 2 studies in order to be able to attract the attention of large pharmaceutical companies who are developing products for PRRT. What we need to be able to do, and what we can do from the experiments we've done so far, is to show that our mechanism of action is protective. I've already had discussions with major pharmaceutical companies, and they are very intrigued about what we're doing. There is a need for protection from PRRT. We have a new and completely special way of being able to do that.
In a previous BioStock interview with Professor Bo Åkerström and yourself, you pointed out the possibility of obtaining a fast track to market approval, so accelerated approval for your drug candidate Rosgard. Has your dialogue to this point with the regulatory authorities given you any indications supporting that hope?
We haven't approached the authorities directly because we've been taking counsel from people who are very experienced in these areas. Because what we're doing is protective against an existing therapeutic protocol, we should be able to do better, and our hope is that a breakthrough status would be awarded. That would then lead to a faster approval process for us and for our partners.
We have learned that an updated time plan will be presented on March 15. Are there any important milestones coming up this year for A1M Pharma that you would want to emphasize?
There certainly are. As we are currently completing the early toxicity studies, which I am very pleased to say have revealed nothing which concerns us, we're now moving forward to the completion of the manufacturing batch, which would then give us the GMP, good manufacturing practice material, which would be then capable of going into clinical studies once it has been reproved in the same studies, and that would give us the green light to go ahead.
What would you like to say to existing and potential new shareholders? Why should they invest or indeed stay invested in A1M Pharma at this point?
What we're doing is augmenting and adding to our existing strategy, but with something which will add value to the investors, whether they are the existing investors who should stay with us if they are able to do so because this is where their inflection point will come in terms of increasing value, or for new investors to get in at a point where they can actually start to get on the ladder with us to go towards a good future. On the way, we can generate more value by being involved in the cancer market in a supportive role, which is highly demanded and desired by the large pharmaceutical companies.
Thank you very much, Martin Austin, Chairman of A1M Pharma, for talking to us tonight.
Thank you, and that was my pleasure.